magnificent Monday, actually. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend and you're getting ready for your grind this week. I had a fabulous weekend, and this weekend was not about me. It was actually about my husband. Sports talk, toxic sports talk with Kel Spills. We focused on that this weekend, and it was fabulous. And as you can see by the smile on my face, it was productive. I think we got some things done, and we focused on his grind. And in that's when I was talking to you last week about supporting your partner. Some more of that came through too. Supporting your partner, I think that is so important. Now, if you remember, I talked about an article that I had read that morning where it talked about a husband saw the text messages where his wife was talking bad about him to her coworkers. Ooh, that's a no-no. And to her friends about her husband. That's a no-no as well, but definitely not your coworkers. And he was trying to decide if he should confront her. I had a couple of thoughts about that because, well, one, she shouldn't be doing that. Two, you shouldn't be looking through the person's phone. And three, why can't you look through the phone, right? That's like a double-edged sword. So there's that in itself is a whole conversation. But you don't want to go around talking crap about your husband. It's one thing to vent about your partner with your girlfriend, right? Like I might call my girl up and just be like, oh my goodness, you won't believe what my husband did. He was so late taking out the garbage, or I was talking to him and he didn't listen to me about while choosing the right selection of beef in the grocery store, and he chose something else and it was all spoiled. That is completely different. You can talk about things like, oh man, he is always leaving his dirty socks on the floor. He needs to just put it in the basket. I got things color coordinated. I got clean clothes. Not clean. I got a basket for all white clothes and a basket for all the dark clothes, and he just doesn't use it. And I have these systems. That is one thing to talk about things like that. And yes, that is me. I do have these systems that my husband has. He doesn't want to use them. He's like, whatever. When I'm done, they just go in the basket. But I do prefer them all in like all whites go together because it helps me on laundry day. But that's another thing. So I can talk about stuff like that. But to talk about how they're a bomb, and they don't have any ambition, and they're not doing this or not doing that, that is completely different. And you do not want to do that about your partner. You shouldn't do that about your partner. If you feel that way about your partner, you should talk to them. I mean, I hope it's just for a moment and it's not how you feel about them in general. But if you feel that they can contribute more, or they're not doing enough or living up to their full potential, sit down with them and have that conversation and be like, babe, I think you can do more, or babe, you're not doing, what I expected or what I felt you would be doing at this point in your life. Let's talk about how we can get there. Be more supportive instead of being destructive and going against them, right? You don't want to do that. And you definitely don't want to do that with your coworkers. Of all people, you don't want to do that with your coworkers. And then you have to remember, when you're doing that with your family and friends, when you forgive them, they are going to remember all the things that you said, and then you're planting this image of a bad person to other people. And it might not be that they're a bad person, right? They just had a bad moment, poor judgment. They didn't do something that you wanted them to do, but it does not mean necessarily that they're a bad person, because I hope that you did not settle down with the bad person. So that is important. I talked about finding out what your partner loves. Like my husband loves sports. That's his thing. He loves sports. And it took a while, so I'm not going to pretend that it was all perfect, right? I always say we are not the perfect couple, but we are perfectly imperfect together, because everyone goes through ups and downs, and everyone has trials and tribulations. No marriage is perfect. Do not believe that. It is not perfect, but it is yours to own, and it is yours to succeed, to make succeed. So I always say we have a perfectly imperfect marriage, and it's the two of us together, and it's us facing the world. So that is what I believe in. We are perfectly imperfect together. So again, he has a love for sports. So I've been helping him to support him on his journey as he has turned his passion and his love into something that he's doing daily as maybe a second career for him. And he's having so much fun doing that. And I did it with him this weekend. We focused on his channel. He has that YouTube channel that I told you about, and his TikTok and so forth. And we focused on that. And there were so many things that happened with that. One, we're helping him to get to a next level, we hope, right? And like the next level of his career, the next phase of his life, you know, we're working on that. And then we're also spending time together. We're bonding, right? We were already strong before, but our bond is even stronger. Every time I think about that, it's like whenever I feel we couldn't be any stronger, we become stronger. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I feel like we're at the max, we're at the peak, we're at the top, but yet it just keeps building and building. It's infinite love. That's why we always go with the infinity symbol. It's infinite love. And we bonded, we told stories, we got closer, again, if that could even be possible, and we talked about things that we can do to cultivate his career, cultivate his channel, and get it to the next level. So in that, instead of dogging, right, your partner or whatever, find that love, find something that they're interested in, and do it with them and help them to grow and develop that. And even as we're doing that for him, notice now I'm doing something for me, because I love talking to people about motivation and things that they can do to make their life better and enhancing their relationship, their personal goals, all of that. So even now I'm just sharing my story with you, and this makes me feel good as I'm hopefully helping someone else to think or to see, this is what my husband likes to do. You know, coin collecting, that's a thing. People collect coins and they have them from a certain amount of years, and then they put them on eBay. And some, like I heard something the other day, like one penny was worth like $1,000. You just never know, but you just got to dig deep sometimes. What is it that your partner likes to do? What is it? Do they like jewelry? So maybe you can do like a jewelry consignment store, right, where you resell jewelry. What is it? Do they like a lot of sneakers? My husband loves sneakers. Put on some matching outfits. Put those kicks out there and sell those sneakers. What is it that you can do to build your partner up? Do they like searching the web and working on IT? There is certain courses. They don't all have to be long, but there's like 4-month cyber security courses, things like that. So if your partner, female, male, whatever it is, likes working with in the IT world, they can do that behind the scenes and work on IT infrastructure and things like that. You can do whatever it is that you have to do to support them, right? That is just so important. And in that, again, when you're talking to your friends, you can tell your friends, you know, yo, I'm just annoyed with him. He did this, he did that. That's okay. Or annoyed with her. It's okay to vent. But there is a big difference between venting and dogging, and that's what I talked about. So you just want to be careful with that, right? You can vent, but you just don't dog or belittle your partner to the point where they can't come back from it. That's not good for you. And because now you've just put out this negative energy about them, and then when you put that out into the atmosphere, that's all you see and that's all you feel. So now when you're around them, you just have all this pent up negativity towards that individual. You want to speak of love. You want to speak of positivity. You want to speak of accomplishments when you speak of your partner, because that's what generates that aura around you. It's really important that you do that, and then you build together. Like my husband and I, we didn't blow up overnight or anything like that, but we grew together. We added more wealth to our relationship just by me making that decision to support him in his business. Just like he supported me with my career. He has. I've been a director of nursing and long-term care for years and years and years. And that was a lot of stress. My husband knows the drill. When survey comes in, state comes in to do their annual survey, you know, it's all hands on deck where he has to take care of the kids, and I'm pretty much disconnected, and he jumps in and does all that. So what I'm talking about with what I do for my husband, he's actually done for me as well, and supported me on my career goals, because he knew what was important for me and what made me happy. So it is important that you do that as well, okay? Support your partner. Find out what it is that they want to do, help build together, love together, share together, and I want to hear from you. All right. Thank you. Talk to you later. Have a good one.